fall a little bit short. So you guys actually close the gap just a little bit.
Yeah, and they still lead by like 60, 70 points, Lucky. Okay? What is falling off?
Man. Trying to look at the bright side. But I'll be on board with the winners of last match. Team Noobs here. Let's see where they drop. Actually, I'm not too familiar with this location. The Red Fire Department. Maybe they know something we don't. And take some notes, chat. You might find your next POI drop spot with watching today's tournament.
Maybe they switched something up. I mean, a big victory last game. Not as many limbs that we've seen them get. 17, still very respectable. 20 is where you want to hit, so 17 will take that. Plus the placement multiplier, and honestly, where they're at. I mean, they're in a pretty healthy spot, given the fact that they're literally in second place. Hisoka's team, though, has dropped all the way down to 8th, so we'll keep note of that. We might have a new second place victor today. But you're right, it is a bit different for them because normally they go like around zoo area, then they rotate into a stadium. That's kind of been their game plan, but now they've switched it up.
Now, and do you switch it up too after closing out this, first place win? I don't know. I'm the ones watching, right? Me and you. So maybe they know something again. But the shots are looking clean coming in from News. A quick armor break with the M13. Tommy's going to be able to clean up that quick kill. I'm not too sure who that's on, but Noob's now closing the gap to help out Tommy here. Hopefully get this team out early. It's going to be Oak. MP5 in hand. Good starting weapons to have. MP5 and Hemlock. Looking like a loadout.
Oh, without question. Honestly, a better loadout than I think a lot of people get off the rip anyways. Why take the stairs when you could literally mantle up? Imagine doing this in real life.
It's probably for audio, too, if you think about it. Less audio cue.
Yeah, I never considered that. That's super smart, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Learn things. You learn things when you're watching these high-caliber players play against each other, man. It's a lot different than watching the public matches. But Noob's here now working from high ground down low, and he's gonna. Oh my god! Oh my god! Somebody had a trap waiting for him.
That's right. Oh, but another one too takes a bit of damage. Only loses 2 plates. Tommy's gonna be down. Noobs has to now engage if he can, or at least try to get away. So he'll be just fine. This trio's gonna be whole once again. Ooh. He is running in to. Oh my god! Yo, Lucky. Yo, what? He ran into proximity. He ran into like 3 or 4 proximity mines, a shock charge.
Oh, I feel like I was watching an episode of Home Alone. What was going on? The house was booby trapped at that point. Oh my goodness.
That was ridiculous.
Oh god. Skullface thought Hisoka still landing at the same spot, contesting Team Diaz over here on the outside on Marketplace and Mall. Skullface is going to use that flare to get his teammate up, and it's probably making that call considering anything could happen when going up against such a high caliber team like Diaz, Shifty, and Sage. So Skullface can call that flare in just to make sure nothing bad happens. Shots are looking good. Semtex thrown in the window, and I see a little headbutt action from 2 of the best teams in the game.
Ooh, nice shots coming out from Skullface. That's going to be one down, his first elimination. So he draws blood for, I'm sure, will be many more to come. Hisoka has dropped down to 8th place. They've got 2nd place in back-to-back weeks. So with 3 more games to go, are they going to be able to recover? I'm sure they will be. This team is incredible. Hisoka has the full support of his family. It's a beautiful thing to see during the celebrations. And he's also an incredibly intense player that is always bringing 100% of his energy into each and every gunfight. Skullface taking it slow. Player around.
Slowing it down. He knows what team he's fighting against. His first knock is going to be against Sage, but he's going to go in a fall to Biffle. They know this is going to be a pretty head-to-head fight. One thing I do want to take note at, because they land center zone, this fight could drag as long as they want because they're going to be in the next rotation going into circle 2 or 3 versus other teams like TBE. If they do take in a fight, they got to play it a little bit faster. If not, they'll be caught on rotation. Hopping on board with Hisoka, though. He's got the ISO in hand. Bit of high ground to work with as well. 2 eliminations. Looking good so far. 20 teams still up, too. No one's dropped just yet.
Yeah. Pretty healthy lobby so far. Maybe teams are respecting the fact that there's only 3 games left. And maybe teams are making adjustments, going from not a good placing, but decent eliminations to a good placing. Big finish, though. He's gone. On board with Scripta. And Scripta, someone we haven't seen too much of today. I've seen Showstopper. Showstopper on top. He's had a lot of great eliminations. I've been seeing him light up the kill feed. But as far as Scripta goes, let's see what he's up to.
I think they're working towards the zoo area as well. This is where originally TB was landing at. So maybe it was a collision of both the land spots kind of just being overly contested. TB decided to take the high route and like, you know what? I'm not going to contest that. It's not worth trying to, take a 50-50 off the frips. So they'll go ahead and re-engage. And, I think he's snaky his way. Each of these stalls, checking the bathrooms. Anything in here? Nope. Gonna go to the next one over. Is slowing it down. Could knock him in. I don't know.
Nice. So we see why he went to the bathroom to kind of hang out. Doors closed. Give me some privacy. Doors open. Time to tear things up. Okay, so he's effectively blowing up the bathroom. Scripta. 2 eliminations. Still 20 up. 20 trios, right? We haven't lost anybody. Again, respecting. As soon as I say that, the caster curse comes out big. And yeah, we dropped 2. I think that's 18 now.
Yeah. Just how they're playing this fight, right? Really slow. And I assume it was probably played a little bit faster when TBE was landing here, because when you have a one-on-one team fight, you play it at your own tempo. But when there's another team involved, 3 teams total, you gotta play a little bit quicker. We got 2 eyes on 2 players right there. He's gonna go ahead and not engage in that, back it up, reposition. Because take a look at that with that zone closing in. If they take the fight at this location, things could go south for either team really, really fast. So gonna go ahead and back it up here for a second. Running for the long range gunfights. Just play the information.
I'm in your building.
I see them down low.
Gotta be somebody behind him. I thought I saw a UAV kind of ticking off, and I didn't see any dots behind it, but maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, well, that mortar strike's actually going to go not too far from him at gas station. And there it is. You were right. You're not tripping.
Yeah.
Reflections, you're still there.
Luckily, for once. Oh, man, but Script is down. That was a full... He went from, like, so much silence, nobody challenging, to all 3 at once.
And that's how things could go south real fast. But hopping on board with FIFA, who was at the edge of zone, is going to be using the helicopter. I haven't seen him play like this in these types of lobbies, but FIFA is going to use the strats from the big map over to Resurgence.
That's right.
Hopefully get a rotation in. He's a fan of the heli, right? He's a fan of grabbing that heli, making it first. Yeah, get it first to the stronghold, to the black site. Now what's he going to do? Oh, he's going to play the pings from up top.
So smart.
Wow. Okay.
And then obviously he could jump out too if he wants to flank while Oak as well as Abwiz like kind of push up and pincer in the players in between. That's 100% a doable strategy. You know, FIFA Kill and his roster is not within top 10, so try something new, try anything. You want to talk about something new, that's the way to do it. I like it. We'll see if it pays off, but Louis Cia, what's he up to?
In the little hut side, in the little hut.
Going in the front.
Yeah, on me, on the stairs, on the stairs.
Love hearing the comms too.
He's getting shot by someone
I did
else.
too. Lucky, we haven't done this shit, and I love doing it. Let's go ahead and do a listening and see what their comms are sounding like.
And the little rocks on you as well, Lou. Right here. He's getting shot. Nice.
Find him, on the loadie.
Yeah, me as well. In the little middle heady.
They have to jump, they have to jump.
Behind you, on your right. Telling you on your right.
Yeah, mate, I can't even react quick enough, bro.
There's a guy selfing on that yellow ping as well, that rider.
Oh my god. If you heard that.
For the time being, but it just wasn't enough. And, you know, sometimes it happens. They're out, and that's going to drop us down to, well, we're already at 18 at the meantime. So, hop aboard with Zyro. So, Zyro, let's talk about him, because I brought him to the kind of forefront of the commentary again off of that big map that I watched Swagg kind of commentate over and talk about. But what makes Zyro good? What makes Louis Cia and King AJ so good? But why aren't they in top 10 consistently?
You know what? I think the tempo that Zyro plays in his regular public matches, which is just as difficult to do drop in a 60 match, but when you're going up against the best of best in a lobby, your tempo and playstyle has to change completely. One thing that Zyro does play on is plays on very high sensitivity, 15-15 I believe. So, you know, that high sensitivity could be pretty punishing if you're not landing those shots. Then you can't afford to miss those shots against these, you know, top tier players. You can't really have any extra breathing room to make any mistakes. And just like that, a quick peek just to pick up a weapon, and he's already down 2 plays. So I think Zyro's starting to understand, and he's got 2 veterans to help him out, you know, learn the custom map and how to play it out. But, you know, it's difficult, right? It's a lot more than just knowing how to play Vondel. It's knowing how to play custom games, right? The rotations, the picks, the team fights. So maybe we'll see some more improvement coming in from Zyro as the weeks go on. 5-week tournament we got.
I'm pushing out with you.
That's well said, though, Lucky. I like that. Transitioning from stomping pub lobbies to a custom lobby like this is not easy to do, and it does require a bit of an adjustment, which Zyro might be struggling a bit with. But you know, granted, he still plays incredibly well. He's I think broken in the top 10 maybe from week 1, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think he's been in top 10, but I do have faith that he's going to be able to improve as we have a couple more weeks to go. Up close though, Hisoka down C-Spit 2. This could be another collapse from this trio.
Maybe being the last one alive. No, it's going to be able to get Skullface back up. But hopping on board with Breadman, where have they been at? They're over here at Graveyard. Had a little bit of an easier rotation to work with, but it looks like they're aware of somebody maybe on the second or third story. Maybe Blast being able to get the kill on Nickel. Go ahead and work that with the pistol, get his loot ready to go. MP5 in hand as well. Good weapon of choice. More MP5s than ISOs we're seeing on the map today. A couple MP7s as well. And the split of cash from Breadman. How important is it, you know, Reflection to split that cash, especially with the Resurgence disabled?
Huge, man. I mean, come on. You got to get your teammates back in if you potentially can. We know how risky it is to get to a buy station, whether it's one that's already on the map or a portable. But, like, dude, you got to have that cash. Bring your teammates back in, because trying to play in-game, especially if it's one trio versus another, and then all of a sudden you lose a player, now it's a 3v2. At this caliber, at this level of lobby play, it's so difficult to win that fight. It really is, even to get just one drop, and the trades are so important, and the pros do it best. So cash is king. Not only for the tournament, the break in the top 5, but cash is king, game in and game out.
Love that. And although, you know, Breadman maybe have a lot of eliminations right now with just one under his belt, they are sitting pretty with the utility they have. They have the golden gas mask, got the 10 plates, they got the flare gun in hand. Breadman's going to try to peek, and that's going to be punishing for him. He's going to go ahead and back it up, but he's got 2 healthy teammates to help him out right here. We're going to go ahead and work down, and that actually will lead to a tunnel all the way to their teammate Blast if they need to take it. So it's great to have that in-game map awareness. Right there you go. Clear rotation under the map to his teammate Blast, and they're ready to go. Rotate in and situate again. But they do got to get those elims, right? One's not going to cut it. Saw that last game. One's not going to be enough. You got to break that 20.
Got to break the 20 for sure, especially this late, being on game number 6. You only have a limited amount of tries. So if you end up falling down and not picking up a lot of eliminations, hey, you're going to fall behind without question. But it is still nice to see Breadman and co. We haven't seen too much of them. I think we did have a moment where we're watching Blast quite a bit on a rooftop, like game 1 or game 2. But since then, it's been very quiet. One thing that I'm desperately missing, though, is Breadman's snipes, right? Because go back to week 1. He was sniping like the king he is, but I haven't seen enough of it since they reduced it to 1 sniper per team, and maybe he thinks there's more value in bringing out attack, right? Bringing out an SMG and playing with this roster as opposed to staying back sniping.
You know, but it could be that. It could also be, you know, a little bit of a team change. Maybe Brett doesn't feel as comfortable to pulling out the snipe with the Blast on team, wants to play the AR role instead. You know, it could be a different change of roles as well, but either way, we'll see, you know, Breadman will fry with whatever he has. He's just known for those snipes, right? It's a little different to see him with attack fee in hand, but now on board with Flink, going to be here with Alb and Smixy, who managed to make an end game, which is one thing they were struggling with, but Diaz, it seems like their arch nemesis, always running into that team. Gonna go to get that knock.
Oh my god.
Oh, damn, the frustration's in. I feel it too, but not out. Okay, because you got a track left, so there's still a chance, or a track and flank, so there's a chance that they can absolutely come back and be strong. But look at these rats. Look at these rats.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be actually on Cranks, who was leading in kills, in top 3 in kills, excuse me. Going to be him. Going to get the knock on them. 2 knocks on them. 1 more player left. It's a 1v1.
You go for the res, though.
You can rest and I can let you know.
Going to be interesting. He's going to be able to get that. To be able to get it
Such
off.
a tense moment. You go for the second.
I don't know. We have to go
I am so surprised they haven't been pushed, Lucky.
Maybe they have
I don't know what's going on, but they're going to be able to get the 3 up. The buy station still is in play, so maybe Wars' teammate decided, you know what, let's go ahead and back it up. Let's go ahead and work the res. It's a little bit safer than taking on the 50-50 gunfight. With the 12 teams remaining, maybe they need the placement to help, because they're actually sitting, I believe, in 3rd or 4th place right now.
Team Wars, yeah. Team Wars is in 3rd place currently at 84.5 points, at least going in to game number 6. More to strike out. We also got the smokes. Shots are going to be fired, building for cover. And as he does take cover, that's going to be, that player is going to be isolated from the roster. Back on board with the track and flank. We saw Smixy get finished off a little bit earlier, but like I said, there still is a chance for a strong placing here. Down to 12. 12 total trios. And that zone is so open.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to go into, but we know that Breadman's sitting underground still in zone, so we might see them make a play end game. And whoever has the powerhouse position by that buy station, the highest point of the map, will be huge as well. That knock's going to come in quick. Link's going to go down, but don't worry, Alb's there to get the quick res. It's not about the knock, though. It's about getting back into the fight. And, of course, who's in the power position? The power team, Diazbiffle and co. Sitting at the ultimate high ground with 7 eliminations.
All right, 7 eliminations, not bad. They had a bit of a rocky game last game, placing 6. And normally that wouldn't be rocky for a lot of teams out there. But for this roster, when they're used to being in top 5, getting 2 first places out of game 1 and game 4 today alone, you know, this is definitely a bit of a slower one. But you know what? They're back in the saddle once again, Lucky, looking to capitalize. And it almost looks like game number 1 where they had the high ground and were mowing everybody down. Rack it up. That's going to be 8 coming out for Diazbiffle.
He's gonna be able to get that knocked out the full kill just yet. He's gonna go ahead and work down stage. He's gonna get another knock on Lennon. Then Juki's to fall right after. The full kill's coming from Biffle. Notice how they're taking this team fight to get the white ball. Lennon's team. He's gonna go down to Al, which I believe is only a duo. They're looking for flanked. Gonna be the team wipe, okay. Be able to get back.
Wow.
No cast mask though. But they have a little bit of zone to work with. It's actually gonna be in their favor. They're gonna be in zone a little bit longer before everyone else has to rotate. And everyone else is gonna turn to either guppies or sharks now having to rotate into the water.
Don't want to be the guppies, you want to be the shark. Unfortunately, I think the sharks are all on the high ground. Shifty, Sage, Biffle. Looking so strong, checking low. Where's the at? 7 trios remaining. So much open ground to cover if you're down on the low end of things. But if you're up top like this trio is, you got to be feeling comfortable and feeling good. Another high-scoring game, I think, coming out for this trio.
Yeah, and you're starting to see those players be brought back up, just dive into the water like birds. It is it's pure chaos from the beginning to end of this match. Shifty's going to lose some plates as well as Sage. Diaz now the last man of defense here to hopefully get some picks here with 7 eliminations. Maybe get to work the left-hand side, but they're notice how he's cautious, right? There might be someone underneath. They jump too soon, they might get picked. They jump too late, they might get helped out. It's gonna be tough.
No way he lives.
Guys on the stairs right here.
He lived?
Oh my god.
There's no way. I cannot. He was down to a sliver of health. He didn't have any plates loaded up. Sage is gonna drop down a res. But oh, he's got self-res, so that's gonna help quite a bit. He'll finish it off, of course, so he could save it. Smart plays overall. We're down to 4 trios. On the bridge, obviously spotting a couple more players. I don't know if that bridge is in safe zone. I'm trying to take a peek. I think it is, actually. So, no, it's not. They're going to have to rotate out, go into the water.
Just out of zone, and we are now in the 5th or 7th and final zone. 2 teams remaining, including Diaz, make that 3. 6 players. 3v2v1. There on the left-hand side of the water, making some splashes, trying to get out. He's going to get picked off. 3v2 now. Is Diaz going to be able to take, I believe, what, their 3rd game? Is it going to happen?
3rd game.
Oh,
be their
man.
3rd game today. Looking like it's going to be able. This is going to be a wrap-up. 3v3 now. Make that a 3v2. 2 more trios remaining. Biffle and Co., they've got the advantage. Just got to spot out the last ones who are going to be in the water, just trying to hold on for dear life. Shots are flying out, but this game is pretty much all but done with, unless something miraculous happens, and it will not. A 26-kill game will come out for Biffle and Co. That racks up their 3rd win for today.
Disgusting. Out of that team, 26 eliminations, and they're hitting their marks. He is taking a sip of the water. Shadow trying to get out of the water. It was just pure chaos. Oh my god. 26